We are never parking in mud again.
But we're still going to get to see things like 1,000 windows.
Yes, we survived more Rainabania.
Plus, we rediscover the legendary religious harmony in this beautiful country.
And I do a happy detour in the kitchen with Bogo Pizza.
2 empty nesters and 1 brave dog. We're Casey, Rodney, and Salsa. Currently, we're traveling through Europe, navigating the Schengen Shuffle in our motorhome, Holland. We are sharing real travel life highs and the happy detours along the way. Please hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, make sure you bookmark our webpage, and follow us on Facebook at Empty Nest Adventures TV. So when you make a vow to yourself to stay on solid ground
or make a vow to your wife.
Yes, to stay on solid ground in a place like Albania when it's rained 33 days in a row, I think we heard.
Yes.
It does take some more planning.
3 times the amount of normal rain that they get.
Yes, and that 3 is all time the number of times we got stuck while we've been in here. So it takes more planning to find places that are going to be solid and we're not going to get stuck at. So we want to ask you down in the comments.
Please comment and tell us, how do you do it? How do you find good solid ground places? Do you plan ahead? Do you just show up? How do you do it?
Yep.
Give us a comment, shout out.
Yep. So and this video will probably give you a few hints about that as we go along. So we were heading from Girocaster to go to Berat, and we're kind of taking the long way to get there, although it's not really the long way. As I was planning, there was a route that's about half the distance.
Yes.
But it takes 3 times the amount of time to get there. And I couldn't really figure that out, and so I asked AI, and AI said, you don't want to take that road with a camper because it's mostly gravel and dirt, which means it would be mud.
Yes.
At this point. So we stayed on the main highway.
Took us a little longer, but well worth it.
And part of it was familiar because we'd been on the highway before going the other way.
We've been here for 2.5 months.
Yep.
We spent half a month in Montenegro and 2.5 months in Albania. So we've traveled some of the roads several times.
So our stop on the way to Berat was just like a big parking lot attached to a gas station and a 24-hour auto grill. Is what they call it. So there's a place to eat. Had a little market there. I went in and looked at the market. It was mostly made for people that are making a pit stop on their road trip,
truck
not
drivers.
An overnight trip. A lot of snacks and soft drinks and stuff like that. It did have a picture out in front, or it had a motorcycle with a sidecar sitting out on front on display. I'm not really sure what that means or what that was, but I had to take a picture of it anyway. So the next day we had a pretty quiet night there. You could hear the traffic going by, but nobody bothered us or anything.
I actually slept really well.
Yeah, so we slept pretty good. And then we finished our trip to Berat. But in one of the little towns before we got there, we had a little interruption because we had to actually stop and wait for geese to get out of the way.
Across the road, there was a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. The sheep and the goats and the chickens and ducks and geese.
Yep, and you'll probably hear chickens around us now. So
yeah, I'm watching them.
They're moving in on us.
They're just behind the camera.
Yes. So we got into Berat, and where we were staying, because we wanted to be on solid ground, was actually kind of in the city of Berat.
Yep.
So we had to wind through the streets there to get there.
Yeah.
Toward the end, it was a little bit tight.
But their streets are not as closed in as they are in Italy.
Yeah.
They're definitely wider. There's just people park on both sides, and sometimes they double park.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. In fact, when we got there, they were parked in front of the entrance. To the campground, but luckily the people were there, so they just moved their car and guided us in. So we were staying at Camp Villi Juri, and when we got there, the first thing we noticed was a VW bus. I never got a chance to get pictures of it, but it was from Uruguay.
Yeah.
And the couple was from Uruguay traveling around, so we got to talk to them for a little bit. We had a couple other people show up and leave while we were there. Didn't really get a chance to talk to him because guess what it was doing?
Raining. Rainabania.
Yes, more and more rain. So I think we were there like a day or two before we actually got an afternoon that we thought we can chance going out and seeing something.
Yeah.
And fortunately, we were parked not even a half a kilometer from the Gorica Bridge.
Yep.
Which is in town.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And one thing I noticed, and I know we have pictures of, is it was getting close to Valentine's Day. And they had hearts on their lampposts all the way down the road.
Little red hearts, yep.
Yeah, little red hearts.
Yep. So some history about the bridge. It has 7 arches.
Yep.
It was originally built in 1780, but it was built out of wood. And, you know, wood and water don't mix, so that probably didn't stay up very long. So they rebuilt it in stone in the 1920s. It crosses the Osum River, which is what we walked across and walked to the other side of it. And the purpose of the bridge was to connect the Christian and Muslim areas of the city at the time. So they were, you know, a few hundred years ago, they were still into the religious harmony. Berat is also known as the town of 1,000 windows. And the best place to see that was from the bridge. So we got some pictures of all the windows and the houses.
It was
up the
fantastic.
Hill. And, yeah,
it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was a very, very nice city. So we had another day. I think it kind of rained, but I was able to run over to the grocery store.
Yep.
There was a big market not too far away, which big market's one of our favorite places here in Albania.
Has a lot of the products that we seem
there's
to
different
like.
levels of them. This was a smaller one. Didn't have any fruits and vegetables, but there was a fruit and vegetable stand right near it.
Right across the street.
But it did have these breads that to me looked like they would be pizza crusts. Yeah. I'm not sure what their original
It was focaccia bread, and they put a bevy of things on them over here. You can make them into pizzas. You can put vegetables and lettuce on them and stuff. So you can put anything you want on them.
But they had a 2-for-1 deal, so it was buy one get one free. Offerter, I think, is what they call it.
Yep.
So they had a whole wheat and they had a regular bread. So
he likes whole wheat. I like regular.
Yep, we got 2 packages of each, and you did some magic in the kitchen with them.
Ta-da! I can throw things on and make it look like a pizza.
But it did look like, and it tasted like a pizza. It was very good.
But we don't have pizza sauce here, but we have tomato paste in a tube. So I just take it and I put it on there, and I add Italian seasoning and some garlic powder and spread it on there. But they also have mozzarella most of the time. You can find some bagged shredded cheese, but not very often. So we just buy the big ball of mozzarella, and I chop that, put it on there, and some ricotta. I like ricotta on my pizza. Have for a long time.
Yep. And
olives.
Yep.
There's lots of olives here.
Yeah, there's olives all over the place here. Yeah. Yeah. If you can't find them in the store, you can just pick them off the trees, I think. So, so we got another day that the weather was going to hold off. Mm-hmm. Wasn't a bright, sunny day like it is today, but it was the rain wasn't supposed to come. So we went to the Citadel of Berat.
Yes.
Or they call it the Castle of Berat. Either way, it's more like a citadel than, I guess, because it's a kind of a city area, not really a castle kind of structure. And it's a fortress that has been around since 200 BC. But the pictures and videos that you're going to see while we're talking about it is mostly from the 13th century.
Yes.
So
we're trying to get more information when we show you pictures and stuff. We're trying to get a little more accurate with our stuff.
And what was unique about this is that since it was kind of like a town, and you had people that lived up there, there were businesses up there.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is that you would see a church, a mosque, and a monastery right next to each other. All of them kept in pretty good condition.
Yep.
So you saw that harmony again. The one thing you liked was the big statue head of Constantine.
Oh, it was
Constantine the Great.
It was really neat.
Yeah.
It was just a giant statue and next to a
Yeah, it was right in front of like one of the churches,
one of the
church
churches.
walls and
I liked
stuff.
it.
So,
I need
and the reason that he is called Constantine the Great was, I guess, he was a great leader. And one of the things that he did was the Edict of Milan in 313 AD, which allowed religious freedom to spread along the Roman Empire. So that's why they had the big statue head of him. So they celebrate the religious freedom there at the at the Citadel there in Berat. So, and I think that was the last big thing that we kind of did. Might have gone back to the market again because it was a short walk. So, just to stock up on a few things
before we left
for our next stop. Yep. So, because we don't know where we're going to find another good big market.
Yep.
So, we left
we
left out of Berat, and we were headed toward a farm camp where we were told that you could help with feeding the animals and stuff like that. We could do some maintenance on the RV if we needed to.
Which we need to do a few maintenance things, but
and I had emailed them to make sure that they had solid ground that we could park on.
And they said, absolutely, we're on solid ground.
Yes.
Quote, absolutely on solid ground.
And so we get there, we pull up where the entry sign is and look into where the camping area is.
I told him, I said, don't pull in. Let's look at it first before we pull Holly in.
Yep.
And I am so glad we did.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah.
You could see where somebody had walked in it, and you could see their footprints had sunk down. It was so muddy.
Yep.
It was terrible.
Yep. We've all seen the thing, if you're a Gen Xer, about you thought that quicksand would play a bigger role in your life from TV in the 70s. This was the closest thing to quicksand I think I've ever seen. So we completely avoided it. The host did come up and tell us to park somewhere else, which is basically their driveway.
Yeah, they had to move their car.
Yeah.
For us to just barely back in off the road.
Yeah.
And we would be stuck. It was kind of pavement of sorts.
Yeah.
And either side was just mud.
Yeah, we couldn't even step out of the camper with it.
We stepped out just to walk the dog real quick and came back in, and she had mud everywhere.
Yeah.
And they had no hookups.
Yeah, there was no way to hook up to electric or get water or anything else, and we wanted both.
Decision, we
especially if we're going to pay.
Yeah.
We want those things. So we decided to head on.
Go somewhere else.
And we had originally picked another campsite that was off the highway that looked like it was all pavement.
Yeah.
So that was going to be good, and it was on part of the highway we've been on before, going back and forth. And of course, the first time we approach it, we drive right past it. So we have to take one of our happy detours, which meant since it was a highway, there was very limited exits off of it.
Yes.
So we had to go down, I don't know, it was like 5 or 6 kilometers, go around a traffic circle, then go back 10 or 12 kilometers, go around another traffic circle that we'd been to before, and then come by. And fortunately, we went by slow enough that we could see they had planters in the way the entrance and exit, so it was closed off. But
they didn't want anybody in there.
There was a gas station with a market and a restaurant, fast food place.
Yep.
Right next to it with a huge parking lot.
Huge. We parked really, it was far away, and we were very comfortable there.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Very comfortable.
We heard the traffic noise, but it died down at night quite a bit and was pretty quiet. And we slept. Nobody bothered us. We had a few people came and kind of looked at us to see what we were doing because this was not on park for night.
We made our own.
Yep. So I took a few pictures and I put it up there, and so now we've got our own park for night that we created there. So anybody else that stays there in the future, you can thank us for that.
It's nothing fancy, but it was quiet and nice, and it was perfect.
Yep.
And it's on solid ground.
So we are continuing our way because we're kind of going back the way that we kind of came a little bit because we're headed to Vlorë.
Yep.
We think, to get Salsa groomed.
Yeah, she at this point was bad.
Yes.
She very, very overgrown. She's getting mats that I can't keep up with, and she's getting bad.
Yeah.
If you have a doodle, you know.
Yep.
If you know, you know.
Yep. So and now that you've heard us talk about our adventures on this trip, Don't forget to put down in the comments whether you are a planner or whether you just go out there and hope you show up. Hope you find a place to stay. Yeah. We kind of did a mix of that on this trip. We did some planning, and then we had to do replanning, or just
wing it
when we got there.
Do you wing it or do you plan it? And if you plan it, do you loose plan it or do you very strictly plan it?
So, like I said, we were headed to Vlorë to get Salsa groomed, or were we? Will it be a happy detour? You'll have to find out on our next Empty Nest Adventures
TV.